Lovin Dubai show. Today we're joined by the comedic talent Shwan Chidiac, aka you know his account My Parents Are Divorced. He's taking the stage to kick off Omid Dajali Namaste live in Dubai at Rashid Hall Dubai World Trade Center. But we're here to get to know the man behind those viral videos, also a friend of the show. He was back here like 2 years ago, I think. Welcome back to the show. We're so excited to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. It's nice to be back.
Thank you for being back.
Actually, I thank you for being back since I know you from university days, which is really amazing. Yeah. I don't know you like one-on-one. You know, we haven't like spoken much during university.
He was giving you crypto advice. We chatted about this before the show, getting crypto advice.
Sure it wasn't.
Guys, no, I'm sure because I remember I was at Starbucks and I was sitting there. I was like, it was 2017 as he's mentioned, and I was like, you know, like I was trying to figure out like my courses, my classes, and so on and on and on and on and on. And there was like prerequisites, co-requisites, and all of these things. And he comes up to me, he's like, "Oh, by the way, you can, you know, like you can play this game and you can get like Bitcoin and all of these things." And I was like,
use my referral code.
What is even Bitcoin? Yeah, I have a very strong.
I never got into crypto. That's why it's a funny story.
My hope for that story was that you were actually skidding her back then. So you said you started working on comedy 2016.
Yeah.
Did you ever skid the public back then?
No, it was literally like just me and it was most of the time I was in the car or I was alone. And when I was bored, I used to send Snapchats to my friends, and then I saved them and I just started uploading them as just like for my friends to see, because they used to ask me like if I could save it and send it to them, and I got tired of it, so I just made a little page. It was private for a very long time, where I would just upload them so my friends could just watch them because they asked me to. And then I made it public just to see, and then I just kind of started picking up on their own. And then it kind of went through like a stagnation process for like 5 years, and then only recently picked up in January, I think, or last year technically.
So what's like I've always, by the way, wondered what's like the
schizophrenia?
Secret? What's the secret behind the username or like the name My Parents Are Divorced?
Well, if you would believe it, so my dad and mother are actually. So the page used to be called Laughing in Arabic. Because the concept was to make traditional like Western comedy digestible for like the Middle East. I wanted to be like the little Rosetta Stone between the two, like taking Western comedy and like that style of humor and making it relatable in our cultures. And then one day I was just editing my profile, and then I was changing my picture, and then it said like edit name. I was like, oh, why not? So, and then My Parents Are Divorced it was the first thing that came out of my mind. And I had to change. I had to put like a what's it called, underscore, because it was taken apparently. So, there's someone out there with My Parents Are Divorced. Give me my handle back. And then I just changed it, and then for some reason it just picked up. Like it became a little bit memorable when I told people, "Oh, my page is called My Parents Are Divorced." They're like, "Oh, it's a good name." I'm like, "I guess so."
You know, it's amazing that comedy is obviously a tool to make people feel better. Do you use that yourself?
100%. It's a great coping mechanism. You know, I think people tend to want to stray off and say like, no, I'm not coping. We're all coping with everything, you know. So I choose comedy as my vice rather than, you know, a substance or. I mean, comedy and food. I do like to eat. Like, I was like the guys earlier. I was like, you want me to cook for you? I love to cook. Like,
I was so nervous what you're going to say there. You're like comedy and I was like, what? We're live.
No, I know we're live.
Yeah, because I remember the first. Sorry, but because I remember the first skit that he has made was like, or from the first skits that you've made, as technically like you are talking about your dad and your mom and so on. It was hilarious, and I'm like, this guy is like deep.
Yeah, no, I think comedy is one of the best ways to discuss sensitive topics, whether it's a personal topic or a public topic or a public opinion on something. Comedy is supposed to be like the lubricant to have it like it's like social lubricant, right? You don't need it. Like it's a great icebreaker. It can make things awkward, but most of the time it makes things like better. Even if it's awkward, at least everyone goes like, "Oh, that guy's weird," but then you guys go together, you know. So in any case, it works out, and I think that's my favorite thing about comedy. For me, it's a complete coping mechanism. It makes things so much easier for me to like digest, because once you laugh at something, you can kind of deal with it right after, you know. Or you just leave it as that, and it's like it's a joke, whatever.
So what's like, of all the videos that you've shared, do you think is the biggest reaction, positive or negative, or supportive or emotive? Like, what's the biggest reaction you've ever gotten in a video?
I think I'm lucky to say that so far it's been consistent on the same. I don't really check as many comments, and I try to just like post and like disappear.
Really?
Yeah, I have my mom who calls me. Someone said they didn't like the video. I'm like, okay, can you please just don't look at it? Like I don't need to know. I think.
Mom.
Yeah, of course, moms are always gonna be there, like to do the dirty work, and so I tell her like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'm there to create. Who likes it, they like it. Who don't. My intention isn't to hurt anyone, right? Obviously, it's comedy. And I try my best to find like a middle line between creating this persona and like trying not to like overstep it, which obviously can be blurred depending on the person who's watching. I completely forgot the question. My ADHD, like, I literally thought about orange juice in my mind.
Well, you were nearly there, but because I asked what video got the biggest reaction.
Right. So there's a video of me doing this like sewing box. I do this like Egyptian salesman thing in the supermarket. And my friend goes like, "Can I have a sewing kit?" And then I give him a cookie box. You know I think everyone's grandma like filled it up with like sewing equipment. And that picked up like a lot of traction on Instagram. That got like 16 something million views. And then I was basically applying for my passport again, and I don't know how it affected it, but the people at the embassy recognized me from the video, and I got my passport the next day. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna say which country in case you're not supposed to. But thank you so much. It literally saved my life.
So that's what it's like to be a VIP.
Not really, but it felt like it.
Yeah,
it felt like it.
But like, I have a question actually, because like, what caused the transition from like making like dark humor videos to accents? Because you're very good, by the way, at the accents.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I still do the dark humor. I do it a lot on stage when I do my stand-up. It's a lot of dark humor. It's a lot of crowd work. So I still keep that element there. But what I realized on social media is that and as you guys probably know, because this started on social, now look like, it's a knock on wood. Mashallah, no bad. You need consistency. And for me, I struggled because I was working like 2 jobs. I had a part-time job and a full-time job. Even through uni, I had a part-time job. So trying to build consistency was incredibly difficult until I realized that, okay, what's easier to do and what can I consistently do? And the accents became easier because it's something I love to do, and ideas used to just flow to me, so it was easy to repeat that process. And because I wanted to grow, I knew I needed to do it every day. So that transition became more about scheduling, I guess.
Yeah, but like, don't people get offended?
Everyone, I mean, look, you being on the show, you mentioned Starbucks 2017, someone's getting offended now. You know, like, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, and if you step into comedy, you're not doing it because you don't want controversy. I don't want controversy. I don't like conflict, but it's there. And no matter what, I had the safest daytime job like you could ever imagine, still conflict. So I was like, all right, you cannot escape it no matter what you do.
What was the safest job?
I was a marketing manager for a software company. Like, it was not like I wasn't out here changing the world. I was just like on LinkedIn campaigns, like, like, do you want software? Like, it wasn't really amazing.
Wait, we want to ask about the car wash in uni.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is
exactly. Yeah. This is how did
that
they
literally just came from Massa.
Yeah.
I need context actually because I didn't know this question was coming.
Yeah, you should give her context.
If you just look at the screen, it's gonna. No, I'm joking. So it was just a rainy day in Dubai, as you do, and open. Like, when it rains, everyone's like woo, or they crash.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was in the parking lot in my university, and I realized that there was like a lot of water, and for some reason, I just drove through it, and I was just like super system cleaning, and the water kind of just sprayed a little bit on the cars on the side, and I mean, it was raining. It was consistent raining, so it wasn't like I dirtied the cars. Like it washed off anyway. Yeah. But I just drove through, and I kind of felt that. That was technically my first viral video, but yeah. Thanks for exposing me again.
Yeah, it's the producer inside telling us. She's as well, by the way, she's as well from AUD, so she's like,
I probably sprayed her car. She's like, let's put him on the spotlight.
She's also a big fan, and there's so many kind of, I guess, quiet big fans because you're on social media. Before the Netflix doc, right? But it's coming. But but what's it like to get recognized? As you slowly grow your audience.
It's very weird. It's very, very weird. Because Dubai is a very small city, so it's normal to run into friends that you have. Like, you'll go into the mall, you'll see someone. Oh, I hate that person. You move on. But like, so I'm used to seeing people I know, but then seeing people that know me that I don't know is a very weird thing to start experiencing. It only really, really hit me like in Seoul, like now, because like there was such a concentrate amount of people. Is that right English? Concentrated? Right? Yeah, Seoul DXB, so it's a great event, and there's like a lot of people in one spot. And then that was weird because like I'd be like eating midway, and someone's like, "You want menu?" And I'm like, "I want to finish my food." Like, so it's an interesting experience, but I love seeing people who enjoy the videos because the whole reason I got into this is to make people happy. So to see that live is like it's a bit of a dream come true. So it's lovely. And most people are respectful. Some people, you know, can really push the boundaries of what's acceptable. But yeah, I guess when you do comedy, people think like everything's a joke for you. So sometimes I'm just like this, and then they're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm normal. I'm just having you." Some people have bad days, so like you'll catch me, and I'm just like I'm straight faced, and I'm like, "Oh, hello, okay, it's nice to meet you." But most people expect the energy immediately, so most of the time it happens because I get excited. But sometimes you have
100% because like as a comedian, people are so much like used to you being. I don't know, the funny person throughout. But, you know, like, it's like putting a stereotype that you are not a person, you know, they maybe kind of like objectify you in a way. And like, if you say like something like, oh no, I don't want to do that, they go like, oh yeah, he's rude. Do you get that?
I don't say no to much.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll say like, do something, and then I'm like tired. I'm like, you know, come to the shows. That's what I start saying from now on. Like, because I do 3 shows a month.
Okay.
So I'm like, come to one of the shows. If you want to see it, I'm tired. Like, it takes a lot of energy sometimes, but I do it most of the time. So, and then most people just want a picture or like a line. So it's okay. You know, they're not asking for too much. But some people like they film and they're like in your face like do this and do this. I'm like, do you want me to, like what else do you want me to do? Like, sorry for relax. I could feel her heart go like, this guy.
I'm gonna need to get a fan up here now.
But yeah, so most of it is lovely. Most of it is lovely, but it's still weird like getting recognized, like especially at restaurants when you're like minimum, they're like it's you. I'm like.
Speaking of come to the shows, we've got a big show this weekend.
Yes.
Tell us first of all, what can people expect?
If you don't know who Omi Jalili is, you're already have been missing out for like the last decade. I think he's one of the most talented like comedians and actors. I think I found out about him when I watched The Mummy, the first Mummy movie, like, and from then on I started to go on YouTube and like go on like little Omi Jalili skits. And he used to do this thing where he would pretend like he's a Polish like engineer, and he would just do everything. Anyway, he's an incredible talent. I take a lot of inspiration from him. So if you love accents and you love quick, witty humor, that's what you're going to get from him. It's an honor to open for him. Like, I was super excited when they brought the project to me. Obviously, with me, you can expect, you know, a few accents, a few maybe dark humor, you know, just to throw in there a little fun. With him, you can expect the performance of a lifetime for sure. And now in his like, he's seasoned, you know, he's gone through everything. And so now I'm excited to go watch the show myself because I used to love him growing up. And the only thing you can expect from a comedian who's matured over the years is to take everything that he's done and now have it in such a refined delivery that I think no one has seen yet. So I'm honored to be a part of the tour, and I'm super excited to open as well. So
we are as well. We're super excited. Yeah, because, you know, as well, like, honestly, I'm a fan of comedy myself. And sometimes I think I'm funny, but I'm not funny. My sister goes like, oh, you're lame. But yeah, because I have, sisters are brutal. But because I love comedy, and I have followed you, by the way, ever since, like, you know, you became, my parents are divorced. I'm like, this is the guy that
this is the crypto guy.
This is the guy that could have made me a millionaire.
Literally. And by the way, I kept on, like, whenever like crypto became like a thing, I kept on like the whole time being, like, I remembered you in the back of my head. Like, there was this guy.
The problem is I don't even remember this.
But I
it
do.
Sounds like I would have done it.
I do.
Because I have nothing to do with crypto. I don't even have a crypto wallet myself. So that's funny.
Yeah, but I do. I literally do. And the thing is, like, you know, I swear to God, my memory can never fail me. I remember everything. Just like,
I wish we could live back in that moment. I wish we could have a Black Mirror technology.
Yes.
So it's funny because you mentioned Omid a lot, but you're here on the show because, as you said, you're opening for him. So there's going to be a huge audience down at Dubai World Trade Center. What is it like for you to kind of get on stage in front of that big of a crowd? Do you get nervous?
I get nervous when it's like 20 people. Like, and I do shows reoccurringly, but it doesn't change whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 50,000, or 200. For me, it's the same level of nerves. Obviously, now I'm more nervous because I don't want to disappoint him. I want him to be like, I want him to give me like a. That's all I want. But yeah, it is nerve-wracking thinking about so many people like all just like make me laugh. You know, they're there to see him, right? So me going there, I feel like I'm wasting their time in between like me and them. But I'm super excited. Like, I think nervousness and excitement have the same emotion. They sit in the same place in the body. So my body doesn't know which one it is. So like I'm sweating and like smiling at the same time. So I guess psychopath is
cool.
what I can say.
I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling.
100%. I mean, honestly, I do feel that way whenever I go live. Even though I've been like presenting for like so long right now. But I think Casey and I can both like kind of agree, but like maybe not like in a comedy way. But,
It's interesting how you say you're nervous about what Omid thinks because you just want his approval.
His approval,
We're mates. However, look, we don't want to give a sneak peek to what's going to happen in the show, but let's give a small one, shall we?
Okay.
So we're going to do a quick game with you, if that's fine. It's called the accents game.
Okay.
So technically what we're going to do is I'm going to hold a card, right, like that. I can't see what the accent is, but you're going to be saying it. Okay. But we're going to guess.
Okay.
Okay.
You do the accent, we guess.
Okay. Should I just mess with you guys, or should I like... you do British accent. Like, hello, how are you?
Okay.
So, that's up to you. So we're going to play the accent game with Shwan, aka My Parents Are Divorced. Let's go.
Yeah. Is this fine?
It's upside down.
Oh.
But I can read it anyway.
Yeah. It's fine. The producer is telling me in my ear. So, yeah.
This I can do without a sound. I can see if you guys will recognize it. Okay. I like how I can hear them laughing in the projection room. You can't get it? You must get it. Come on.
Filipino.
There you go.
How did I not get it?
How long have you been here, kids? You've been here for a minute. You've been here for time. Come on. What's wrong?
But come on, you have to do the accent.
I'm so glad I didn't guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna be way off.
It's because in the Philippines they like that. They point with the lips because if your hands are busy, you put.
Yeah, I get it. I just not that smart.
No, you're right.
Casey, you probably threw me like under the bus right now because like people are gonna be like, oh my god, how would you know that from like a facial
Everyone knows that.
Well, fine.
No, I think everyone knows that.
No, the second one.
Boss, what can I say for you? Don't give me this confusion. You know, you just want me to talk more. You don't know this one?
So
okay. Is this okay? Fill in the blank. You know the ad lib, the game. You know. Okay. Ancient.
Egypt.
There we go.
Thank God Hisham is not here. Thank God Hisham is not here.
Love it. Okay. Love them so much.
Okay. Top of the morning to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Oh.
Ireland.
He did it properly.
Yeah, of course I did it properly.
That's more like me.
She's Irish.
We go silent. We go silent on the T's, don't we?
Yeah. But then you also like the mouth opens up wide and then it goes a little bit. It goes like top of the morning to you. Like it narrows down.
We're very musical people.
It is. Yeah. It is a musical. It is a musical accent. I will say. I love Irish people. Shout out Ireland.
So typical.
It's an Italian. Okay. If I'm doing this and you don't get it, it's a problem for you.
It's a problem. We'll get the pesto.
It's Mario.
That's a nice one.
But you didn't guess it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I got it.
I did say
but
it.
You did
I did say it immediately.
So it was easy. So I got it straight away. Yeah. And I think this is the last one.
Okay.
We do things freedom per second here. If you have oil, we will be there.
All right.
Come on now.
America.
Yeah, there you go. God bless America.
God bless America.
Yes, that is the American accent.
I kind of do just want you to keep going.
Yeah, I do it.
Yes.
How amazing. Shwan, you're an absolute comedy legend.
Thank you so much.
We cannot wait to see how your career continues to move on and on. And guys, if you want to watch him live and in person, he's kicking off the show for Omid Djalali Namaste live in Dubai at Ration Hall Dubai World Trade Center this weekend. Where can people get tickets, John?
You can get them on Platinum List. You can just search up Omid Djalali Dubai, or just go on Platinum List and see it should be on the first page because that's where he should be. You know, and I'll be posting it up on my socials from today up until the show date. So you can either find it on my stories, you can find it on the World Trade Center, you can find it on Platinum List, and yeah, thank you for having me again.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being back. I think sometimes we just need a laugh, and this weekend is bound to be a great show. So, guys, that is all we have time for on the show this morning. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
And goodbye from them to me.